Tesla's new batteries might take your attention away from solid-state batteries. Yes, that's exactly what will happen once we have the new battery cells from Tesla that will power up the entire lineup of Tesla. Solid-state batteries are supposed to be the next big thing when it comes to battery technologies. So many people think that solid-state batteries would be a game changer for electric vehicles by storing a lot more energy with a faster charging rate and offering greater safety than liquid lithium-ion batteries. This will also help us accelerate away from fossil-fueled powered cars. Solid-state batteries use thin layers of solid electrolytes which carry lithium ions between electrodes. Lithium-ion batteries use liquid electrolytes and have separators that keep the positive electrode from coming in contact with the negative electrode. Right now, solid-state batteries are used in devices like pacemakers and a few smartwatches. But the problem is, mass production of these batteries for electric vehicles is not something that we can expect anytime soon. There are so many advantages to having a solid state. They are a lot safer and more stable than liquid lithium-ion batteries because the electrolyte in a lithium-ion battery is extremely volatile and flammable at high temperatures. This means that your electric car that uses these lithium-ion batteries is more vulnerable to fires and chemical leaks. An increase in stability means faster charging times, and it will reduce the need for bulky safety equipment, which will reduce the weight of EVs. These solid-state batteries can also hold more energy than liquid lithium-ion batteries, and this will accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy a lot quicker than what Tesla could do with lithium-ion batteries. But then, there are problems with solid-state batteries. Car manufacturers and technology companies did produce solid-state lithium-ion batteries one time in the lab, but scaling up to a mass production level is very hard because it is tough to design a solid electrolyte that is stable, chemically inert, and still an extremely good conductor of ions between electrons. They're also extremely expensive to fabricate, and they are prone to cracking because of the brittleness of electrolytes when they expand and contract during use. So the biggest problem with a solid-state battery is that it'll cost about 8 times more to mass produce than a lithium-ion battery. Companies like Volkswagen and even Toyota are planning to make solid-state batteries a real thing, and we need to wait and see how that ends up. It looks like Tesla has got the edge with their new battery cell. That has to be their new 4680 cells that Tesla introduced way back in September 2020 during the Battery Day event. People who don't know much about battery cells might think that Tesla is just trying to reinvent the wheel with another different-looking battery. But that is not the case because the 4680 cells are a lot more important than you think. Tesla's new tabless battery cells are somewhat close to the ideal power source that people always wanted solid-state batteries to be. Firstly, it has to do with energy storage, but if you're confused about the name 4680 battery cells, well, this is not some secret code, but it just simply denotes the dimensions of the battery. We're looking at 46mm wide and 80mm tall. The greater overall size allows for more electrical energy storage. We're looking at about 5 times more energy storage than the 2170 battery cells used in the production of the battery packs for Model 3 and Model Y. Range anxiety has always been a problem when it comes to owning an EV. Tesla successfully solved that problem by improving the range per charge for their vehicles and because of their vast supercharger networks. The range anxiety with electric vehicles will be very different from running out of gasoline, because gasoline stations are everywhere. But that is not the case with supercharging networks, even though you do have a lot of them around you depending on where you live. We are looking at about 25,000 superchargers across the world, and this number is going to increase because of the rate at which Tesla sells their electric vehicles, and the demand for electric vehicles is just not going to die anytime soon. So with these new 4680 cells, you get 5 times more energy, and this means that you will have less range anxiety, and you will have a lot more range per charge, and you need to do fewer stops on a long road trip, and it is going to be a fulfilling experience. The next thing that we need to discuss is the new architecture. The 4680 cells do have improved cell structure and design. Generally, when you look at any other electronic gadgets or even electric vehicles, these devices might be a lot more advanced when it comes to the technology that they pack. The one part where the technology is still behind would be with batteries. So it is high time that we need to have better cell structure and design, and Tesla did exactly that with the 4680 cells. The internal structure is a lot different because you get laser-patterned shingles that offer a shorter path for electrons to flow. Yes, when you look at the dimensions of these new 4680 cells, you do get a larger cell compared to 2170 cells. But you also have a battery cell with more power both in and out, resulting in better charging time. This might not be a new invention, but it is an evolution of batteries that will be giving us a viable solution over gasoline-powered cars. Now, the final part about the tabless battery from Tesla has to do with the environmental impacts. This is something that most people don't consider when buying an electric vehicle, but hear us out. Your electric vehicle requires so many small batteries, and once the useful life of these batteries is over, you need to recycle them safely. But batteries today do have cobalt in them, making them a non-sustainable choice for the environment. The best thing about these new 4680 cells is the fact that it is significantly less harmful to the environment, and Tesla wants to eliminate the use of cobalt completely and make their batteries at least 90% recyclable. The manufacturing process for these new 4680 cells will bring about several cost improvements, at least that's what Tesla says, so you are essentially getting a better battery that is big in savings. The best part about these new battery cells is that these cells will be integrated directly to the structure of the vehicle, which might improve driving dynamics and might provide better safety to the battery pack. Electric vehicles have always been expensive, and about 40% of the entire price of an electric vehicle is all about batteries. Suppose Tesla really wants to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. In that case, they need to come up with a way for these batteries to be a lot more affordable, and let's hope that Tesla will transfer that price benefit to the end customers. Tesla is also partnering up with current battery suppliers to start producing their own production of the new 4680 cells. Right now, it looks like Panasonic will be the company that will be manufacturing the 4680 battery cells for Tesla, and the test production will start early next year. Tesla also claims that the company solved some significant issues preventing the industry from producing bigger cylindrical lithium-ion cells in a new format because of 4680 cells. These new 4680 batteries do have the potential to be cheaper, a lot more efficient, and will provide you with a better range or maybe even smaller battery packs. And things are getting a lot more exciting with these battery packs. Panasonic has been Tesla's oldest battery partner. Panasonic CEO Yuki Kusumi also mentioned that the company is about to make a large investment in producing Tesla's new battery cell if the test production becomes successful. Other battery manufacturers that will be making the 4680 cells will be LG, Samsung, and CATL. Tesla will require a lot more batteries than ever before, so partnering up with these manufacturers will help Tesla maintain its position as the top player in the EV segment. Even today, we don't have any legacy auto manufacturers capable of taking away Tesla's dominance in the EV segment, which is quite surprising, and that says a lot about a company that is at least 5 years ahead of the competition with its product portfolio. So, to sum things up, the 4680 cells are a huge step for Tesla, that too in the right direction. Solid-state batteries might be the best option in theory, but we know the current state of solid-state batteries. If you want us to make a video on solid-state batteries in detail, do let us know in the comment section below, and we would be happy to do it for you. We still think that solid-state batteries will be the next big thing. Still, the improvements made with the 4680 cells might force us to forget about solid-state batteries altogether, considering the fact that it is very difficult to manufacture. It is going to cost a lot, and nobody wants the prices of EVs to be a lot higher than what it is today, especially when you consider the fact that the most affordable vehicle from Tesla, which happens to be the Model 3, will set you around $40,000 for the base model, and the prices will go a lot higher if you are willing to make performance upgrades by opting for the higher trim. You need to pay extra for certain cosmetic upgrades and also for the full self-driving feature. Faster charging, especially something that could charge a battery from 0 to 100% in just 10 minutes, and that can give you around 1,000 miles, is not a thing of the distant future anymore, considering the advancements in the new 4680 cells.